You're about to listen to a brief summary of the top 4 stories for the day. The first story was released from Abeona Therapeutics. Abeona Therapeutics secures $25 million funding to advance EB-101 commercialization. The Cleveland-based biopharmaceutical company, Abeona Therapeutics, has successfully closed its registered direct offering, raising $25 million in total gross proceeds. The funding, which excludes any discounts or warrant coverage, signifies the confidence of existing institutional investors in Abeona's potential. Abeona's Chief Executive Officer, Vish Seshadri, expressed gratitude for the support shown by investors and highlighted the positive feedback received regarding the results of clinical trials for their product candidate, EB-101. With the newly secured funds, the company aims to advance the commercialization preparations for EB-101, a treatment for recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa. The funds will also provide working capital and support general corporate purposes, extending the company's cash runway into the fourth quarter of 2024. The rare pediatric disease designation granted to EB-101 positions Abeona to qualify for a priority review voucher, PRV, upon biologics license application, BLA, approval, subject to final determination by the FDA. The PRV offers the opportunity for expedited review of future marketing applications for different products or the option to sell it to another company for additional capital. The offering involved the sale of 3,284,407 shares of common stock and pre-funded warrants to purchase 2,919,140 shares of common stock at an offering price of $4.03 per share. The pre-funded warrants, which have a nominal exercise price of $0.0001 per share, are immediately exercisable until fully exercised. Leading the offering was Nantahala Capital Management, LLC, with participation from Adage Capital Partners LP and 2 other existing investors. Cantor Fitzgerald & Company served as the sole lead placement agent, while AGP, Alliance Global Partners, acted as the co-placement agent. The securities offered were registered under a shelf registration statement on Form S-3 filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. Further information and copies of the prospectus supplement and accompanying prospectus can be obtained through the SEC's website or by contacting Cantor Fitzgerald & Company. The next story is about treatment for ADHD. Axsome Therapeutics launches Phase 3 trial for adult ADHD treatment. Axsome Therapeutics, Inc., Nasdaq, AXSM, a biopharmaceutical company specializing in central nervous system, CNS, disorders, has initiated the Focus Phase 3 trial for Solriamfetol, an investigational treatment targeting attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, in adults. The trial marks an important milestone as the first patient has been dosed. The Focus Forward Treatment of Attention Deficit and Hyperactivity using Solriamfetol trial is a multi-center, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study designed to evaluate the efficacy and safety of Solriamfetol in adults with ADHD. Over 450 patients will participate, with a 1:1 ratio, receiving either Solriamfetol at 150 mg or 300 mg doses, or a placebo for 6 weeks. The primary endpoint will measure changes in the Adult ADHD Investigator Symptom Report Scale, AISRS. ADHD is a chronic neurobiological disorder characterized by persistent patterns of inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity that hinder functioning and development. Cognitive impairments affecting attention, planning, problem-solving, working memory, and behavioral inhibition are common. In the United States, approximately 11.4 million adults are diagnosed with ADHD, and the condition affects around 5% of children and adolescents. The societal costs associated with adult ADHD in the U.S. are estimated to be $122.8 billion annually. Solriamfetol is a dopamine and norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor being investigated as a potential treatment for ADHD. However, it has not yet received FDA approval for this indication. Axsome Therapeutics focuses on developing novel therapies for CNS disorders where treatment options are limited. By offering therapeutic options with innovative mechanisms of action, the company aims to transform the approach to treating CNS conditions. Axsome remains committed to improving patients' lives and providing physicians with new therapeutic alternatives. The launch of the Focus Phase 3 trial is a significant milestone for Axsome Therapeutics as it progresses in the development of its investigational ADHD treatment. The trial will generate crucial data on the efficacy and safety of Solriamfetol for ADHD in adults. Positive results could potentially lead to a new treatment option for individuals affected by this neurobiological disorder. The next story is an interesting one and you'll see why. NIH researchers find weaker immune response to viral infections in children with mitochondrial disorders. Children with mitochondrial disorders exhibit a weakened immune response to viral infections, according to a study conducted by researchers at the National Institutes of Health, NIH. The study, published in Frontiers in Immunology and led by the National Human Genome Research Institute, NHGRI, discovered that altered B-cell function in these children results in a less diverse and less potent antibody response to viral infections. Mitochondria, responsible for converting food and oxygen into energy, are crucial components found in nearly every cell. Genomic variants in over 350 genes have been linked to mitochondrial disorders, which can have varied symptoms depending on the affected cells. The researchers analyzed gene activities of immune cells in children with mitochondrial disorders and found that B cells, responsible for producing antibodies to fight viral infections, struggle to survive cellular stress. The compromised B-cell function leads to a weaker antibody response and reduced ability to recognize and neutralize invading viruses. The study utilized single-cell RNA sequencing, a genomic technique that allows for the analysis of gene activity in different cell types. The researchers studied immune cells found in the blood, including various types of white blood cells involved in fighting infections. By understanding the impact of mitochondrial disorders on B-cell function, the researchers hope to guide future treatments for patients with these disorders. This study represents one of the first investigations into how B-cells are affected in mitochondrial disease using human patients. Mitochondrial disorders affect approximately 1 in 5,000 individuals worldwide, with examples such as Leigh syndrome and Kearns-Sayre syndrome. While the impact of mitochondrial disorders on organs like the heart, liver, and brain is well known, their effect on the immune system is less understood. The findings from this study offer valuable insights into the immune response of children with mitochondrial disorders and provide a foundation for further translational studies in this research area. The NHGRI, a division of the NIH, focuses on developing technologies to understand, diagnose, and treat genomic and genetic diseases. The final story was released by Novartis. Novartis, a pharmaceutical company based in Basel, plans to appeal a ruling by the U.S. District Court for the District of Delaware that deemed the patent covering Entresto, sacubitril, valsartan, and combinations of the drug to be invalid. The patent, which expires in 2025 with pediatric exclusivity, is being contested by Novartis. The company intends to appeal the decision to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, CAFC, to overturn the district court's ruling. Novartis is committed to vigorously defending its intellectual property rights concerning Entresto, including the combination patent and other patents related to additional innovations. Currently, there are no generic versions of Entresto with tentative or final approval from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA. However, If generics were to receive FDA approval before the final outcome of Novartis appeal or ongoing infringement litigations involving other patents, any potential commercial launch could be at risk of subsequent litigation. Despite the possibility of earlier than expected entry of generic Entresto products in the US, Novartis maintains its confidence in the short and mid-term growth and profitability outlook. The company's optimism is based on the growth potential of other key brands such as Kisqali, Pluvicto, Leqvio, Kesimpta, Scomblix, and iptacopan. Novartis remains committed to its full-year 2023 group guidance, anticipating mid-single-digit growth in group sales, in constant currencies, and high single-digit growth in group core operating income, in constant currencies. The company also upholds its midterm outlook, projecting a +4% sales growth, in constant currencies, for the period of 2022 to 2027 with a 40% core operating income margin for Novartis ex Sandoz. Novartis-focused strategy continues to progress as planned, with the aim of delivering growth driven by in-market and launch brands, as well as a robust pipeline of high-value innovative medicines. That's all for now. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to this channel for more informational contents about the future of medicine. Peace out and thank you.